Hey there. Welcome to CyberPulse by Quantum Shield, the podcast where we make cybersecurity less intimidating and a lot more exciting. Every episode, we're diving into the latest digital drama, from sneaky hackers to the coolest defense strategies, all while sharing tips you can actually use. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's navigate this crazy digital world together.
Ever just agree to all those cookie pop-ups online? Just to get rid of the thing?
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a reflex at this point.
Right.
But seriously, what if we could just, build privacy into the digital world from the start?
Yeah, like baking it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where all this privacy by design stuff comes in, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack that whole privacy by design thing and also those privacy impact assessments, PIAs.
Yes.
Because honestly, it's our data. It'd be nice to actually understand it all a little better,
Absolutely, yeah. Taking control back. Instead of it being an afterthought, oh yeah, we should probably deal with privacy now. It should be there from the beginning.
Right, like a core ingredient,
Yeah.
not just the sprinkle on top.
Exactly.
So, okay, privacy by design. Our sources keep mentioning this secure data collection idea. It almost seems obvious.
It does seem obvious, but I think that's part of the point. It's making those basic security things we already do, like locking your front door, just like second nature online too.
Right, makes sense.
You wouldn't leave, a filing cabinet full of super important papers just sitting out on the sidewalk, would you?
Definitely not.
So secure data collection is building that lock right into the design from the start.
Got it. Okay. Our sources also mentioned consent management and transparent processing.
Yes.
Those seem a little,
A little more complicated.
Yeah, a bit more jargony, maybe.
Right. But they're really not that complicated.
Oh.
Consent management just means actual asking for your permission, clearly and up front. Those cookie banners we were just talking about, they're the most obvious example. But instead of being super long and confusing, a privacy by design approach would make sure those banners are clear, easy to understand, and actually give you control.
So it's all about clarity and control. Got it. Okay, what about this whole transparent processing thing?
Okay, so that's basically just being upfront about how data is used. Imagine if every company just explained clearly in plain language what they did with your data. That's what this is aiming for.
How transparency builds trust. Got it. Okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk about those privacy impact assessments, the PIAs.
Yes.
Our sources describe them as a way to spot problems before they even start, at least when it comes to data.
Yeah, it's kind of like being a detective, but for data. You're looking for anything that could be a risk to people's privacy.
Okay.
And just like a detective, you need a good process.
Right.
That's what the PIA gives you.
So you're not just randomly looking around for problems. There's a method to it.
Exactly.
It's more like reinforcing a building before an earthquake.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're finding the weak points and then you actually fix them. That's the implementing mitigations part.
Okay, so PIAs aren't just about spotting those weak points. They're about actually doing something about them.
Yeah, being proactive, not reactive.
Yeah.
And this all ties back to compliance with privacy laws.
Right.
Basically following the rules that are supposed to protect your data.
Right.
It's not the most exciting stuff, but companies can get in a lot of trouble if they don't take those rules seriously.
Oh, yeah. Data breaches are the worst PR ever.
The worst.
Plus the fines and lawsuits. It's a nightmare.
Exactly.
So, okay, we've spent a good chunk of time talking about all this privacy by design stuff, PIAs. Honestly, I'm kind of curious now. How do you feel about all this now?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Have you ever felt weird about a site or app and your privacy?
It's definitely something to think about. Honestly, my biggest tip would be to, actually read those privacy policies.
Yeah.
I know they can be long and boring.
Oh, yeah.
But you might be surprised what you find. Just being aware is so important.
It's about being an informed digital citizen.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, on that note, that about wraps up our deep dive on privacy by design and PIAs. Hopefully you feel a little more prepared to navigate the whole digital privacy landscape now. Yes. Being informed is key.
It really is.
Thanks for hanging out with us on CyberPulse. Remember, cybersecurity doesn't have to be scary. It's all about staying sharp and a little bit savvy. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't let those cyber gremlins get you down. Catch you next time, and until then, stay safe, stay smart, and keep crushing it online.